Hi, my name is Cassidy, and I just want to say happy birthday, Dan. I love you so much. Um, I just want to say that I've been watching Dan and Phil for the longest time. It feels like it's been forever, and just they make me so happy, and I can't even describe like the feelings I get whenever I watch one of their videos. They just make me smile and laugh, and I just love them. But since it's Dan's birthday, I just want to say and give the reasons why Dan is an amazing person. Reason number one, he just you can relate to him. He's been picked on and he's just very awkward and just it just he's amazing. I can't describe like I'm messing up and I can't think straight and like oh my god. Just he's amazing. You can relate to him. You can just he's always there for you. He's never gonna leave you hanging. He's never gonna let you down. Oh god, I just had never gonna give you up in my head. Never gonna give you up. Never. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's the type of person where if you needed a problem, you can go to him and he will always be there. He's always gonna be there for you. He will never let you down, and he's just always gonna be there for you. And he's not gonna stop trying to help you. He's always helping somebody. And I have been battling depression, anxiety for 3 going on 4 years. And I've been trying my best to stay positive and just trying to keep everything happy. And I've I've watched his videos and Phil's and they just made me so happy. I've been picked on a lot and I thought that I was just the only one. And Dan, he makes you feel like you're you're not the only one that's socially awkward or weird or just a loser because everyone's a loser. But to Dan, you're not, and he's wanting everyone to know that because you're not just some stupid teenager that's emo or just worthless and doesn't need to survive life and they need to die because you're not. And Dan wants everyone to know that, and I am getting so emotional right now. He's just, he's amazing. There is not a time where you can just not smile in one of his videos because you're always going to be smiling in his videos. And Dan has saved me through hard times because he's always had to deal through a lot of stuff and he's he's just I don't even know. I can't describe what he is. He's amazing. I mean, he's more than just amazing. He's everything. He's an angel. He's a savior. He's a role model. He's just a big impact on everyone's lives and he knows what people go through and he's always trying to help. He's always trying to be there for them. And I think that's the greatest thing anyone could ask for anyone. Dan is like the best friend anyone can have. And I'm sorry. But he's just always there for you. He's always wanting people to be happy. He's giving you reasons to be happy. He's always saying he's a failure in life, but honestly, Dan, you're not. You are not a failure. You are the most successful person I know. Well, almost. Not really. I'm kidding. Like, I'm just thinking about, like, there's a lot of people that are in big impacts, like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, but Dan, he's just always there. And you you can't just watch a video without smiling or laughing or just like face palming because he's just so true to himself and everyone, and that's just great. Like, seeing him smile just makes me smile. Seeing him laugh makes me laugh, and him being happy makes me happy so much. Like, his happiness is more important than mine to me. And he's probably thinking, no, that people, my fans, my socially awkward people out there, their happiness is important than his. But really, we all want him to be happy. Because if he wasn't happy, we weren't happy. His happiness made everyone's days bright up. And the darkest times anyone had, Dan was always there. And I'm just so grateful for that. And I'm pretty sure anyone is. And my best friend, she's also suffering through depression and anxiety. And I showed her Dan and Phil a year ago. And she just had the biggest smile. She was laughing so hard. She had the biggest grin. And a week ago in Kansas City, we went to their amazing tour, It's Not on Fire. And we both went, and we were in line getting ready to be seated, and we just had the biggest smiles on our face, and we even started like crying a little, and just hearing all the bands that we knew and everyone singing along just made us feel like we're not alone. We're not alone. We're not the only socially awkward people out there that are just weird and goofballs, and that we weren't alone, which really made us feel happy because being where we are makes us feel alone. But knowing that there's someone out there that are like us just makes us so happy. Like, we're not alone, and it's so great. And then they went out on stage, and we started bawling our eyes out, and just we were laughing, crying, smiling, screaming. It was amazing. And if that doesn't prove that Dan and Phil are like role models and like we just adore them, then I don't know what does, because they're honestly our role models and just big impactions on our life. Did I say that right? Impactions? I think I said it wrong. It's okay. I don't care. Impacts. I don't know. But I started songwriting as a coping skill after my friend passed away from suicide because of bullying. And she's been gone for 4 months now. Um, and she's just so missed, and people are still torn about it. Like, it's not even funny. Like, so many people are still crying over it. Like, even me crying over it. And so I wrote them a song, but I don't like I don't think they're ever gonna see it or hear it. I hope they do though. Like, someday I want them to hear the song or whatever and just know that they're important and that they have big impacts on our lives, and just they're amazing. And I wanted to see them after the Amazing Tour song, but we didn't, which we were really sad about. But as long as we got to see them, we were happy. Everything was happy. We left home. We left home. We left the theater with big smiles on our faces. We were happy, and I was kind of upset that they didn't get to see my song or have it because I printed out like 5,000 copies. Um, but I want to find a way to give it to them. But if I'm not able to, I'm going to not sing because I haven't got the melody down because I'm a loser. So I'm just gonna say it because why not? I have a bunch of papers, so don't ask. I have a bunch of songs. Oh, I just disturbed my cat. That's great. Okay. This is called Thanks. There was a day when I was on YouTube and I saw these two dudes, yet as I watched, I quickly got attached, and it was the greatest moment in my life. I knew at last I wasn't the only one who lays in bed and thinks. Sometimes if you intensely dislike someone, you just have to take the comfort in the fact that one day they will be dead. I know I was once a bleeder, but just know you're not some British kid who happens to be an internet cult leader. And I've come to accept my weirdness. As I heard from a wise man, it's a good thing to be strange. Normalness leads to sadness, which is true because if we didn't embrace our weirdness, then this world would be nothing but madness. Please, good sir, step aside because if you're insulting people on the internet, you must be ugly on the inside. I can't forget the way I used to put myself down about how I acted or the way I was living my life and that I would never be anyone's wife. But then I remembered, you're human with one life and it is up to you to make it the best life you can. I have to say that was very inspirational if I say myself, Dan. I remember one time I heard Dan say, some British kid who watched the failure that is my life feel bad about yours. That's not true, Dan. I mean, look at you. You're going everywhere for your tours. I also heard Phil once say, he's a British vlogger who likes lions. Yes, that may be true, but at least you're smart. You're sort of like ions. You create a spark, or in this case, an electric charge, that makes who you are. The only difference is you're very large. And about my parents, gosh, I don't know where to begin. But as Dan once said, the only ugly girls are the ones who don't realize that beauty comes from within. And the troubles I get into are sticky and so sappy, but Dan once said, do whatever you have to do to make you happy. Phil once said, you are better than toast. I wish we could walk along the seacoast. Dan once said, keep smiling and stuff. Um, I know you were alone and had nowhere to go. I bet that was tough, but at least you didn't end up in handcuffs. I will never forget that Phil once said, you should never make fun of something that a person can't change about themselves. I think it's so true because if we listened to those people, we would end up telling other people they need to change themselves. I feel how Dan feels, and that is my only regrets are the moments when I doubted myself and took the safe route. Life's too short to waste time being unhappy. To make that To me, that sounds like Dan is really scrappy. Sorry, I'm messing up. Phil once said, oh no, Dan's in a towel, but it's okay because he's Dan Howell. And I know Dan doesn't sweat because he doesn't do much but be in his browsing position on, as he calls, do even internet. You helped me stay afloat. You were like my raft, and I know I'll never forget those three amazing words, don't cry, craft. Now, I know I could go on about how much you've taught me things, like how to deal with the fact that I'm always going to be a weird goofball like Phil, but yet still struggling through life and falling off chairs and having a permanent sad face on my face and having existential crisis like Dan. But to wrap things up, I want to say thanks for all you've done to help me smile. I hope you stay on the internet for a while. I hope you don't walk out the door and trip and fall on the floor. So Dan is not on fire, an amazing film. What are you doing still reading this? You could be at home watching Kill Bill. And that was the song that I wrote. Some of it might sound a little dumb, but it was like 4 in the morning when I finished this, and yeah, sorry for messing up. I'm just really nervous, and I don't know why I'm nervous, but I just am. And then I wrote them a little letter. Dear Dan and Phil, I hope you guys like my song or poem or whatever you want it to be. I've been watching you guys forever, and you guys have always managed to make me smile every time I see your videos. I love you guys so much. My friend and I are so much like both of you. We have the weird, funny, goofball side of us like Phil, but we have the sad, doubtful of ourselves and just really down about a lot of stuff like Dan. And we've been suffering from depression for about 3, almost 4 years. And when I saw your guys' video, that just made me laugh and smile for once. It made me have hope that I'm not the only weird, depressed person out there. And I was watching you guys for a long time, and I still do watch you. I showed my best friend that I've had for 13, almost 14 years, and I hung out with her house watching some PewDiePie Markiplier. And I go, hey, have you heard of Dana's on Fire and Amazing Phil? And she said no. So I put on your guys' blindfold makeup challenge, and she was laughing so hard, and she thought you guys were just the cutest things ever, and she instantly fell in love with you guys, and she then began to watch more of your videos and really connected with a lot of your stuff you guys say and do as well as I did. We both love anime so much, and we love music. We both have decided to do YouTube, and we have our own channels, and we are going to be posting videos about of us just being us. And if it weren't for you guys telling us and everyone else that life's too short and we need to live it the best we can, and that we're all beautiful no matter what, and it's okay to be weird, I wouldn't know where any of us would be right now. I would probably be dead inside and out because I was going through tough times with being bullied and losing a good friend, due to suicide because of bullying. Her name was Erica, and she's an inspiration. She's the inspiration to my songwriting. It's a long story that I'm sure you guys might not want to hear because it's pretty long, but I will talk about it in one of my videos. I just want to say thank you so much for everything. I love you guys. Remember, don't cry, craft. And that was the letter and song that I wrote. And I hope they see this and not make fun of me because I've messed up so much in this video. But I just want to say thank you, Dan Howell and Phil Lester, for putting a smile on all of our faces and just making us laugh and giving us hope that we're not so different after all. Like, we may be different to other people, but we're all the same in our own little fandom world. And I just want to say happy birthday, Dan. I can't believe you're 25. Like, it's so crazy watching you for all these years, seeing you in person in your tour, and just having your book, and just makes me so happy that you guys have grown so much as two people. You guys were just some two guys that just made videos, and then it progressed to being more inspirational and just more funny and just more entertaining. And I thank you guys so much. And I wish my best friend was here because I can tell you she would have a lot of stuff to say. But I just want to say I love you guys so much and happy birthday, Dan. Love you.